The desert is dry with anticipation, waiting day after day, month after month for water. But it doesn't come. Each day, hotter than the last, I sit, gear stashed in bags, paddles leaning in a corner, boats upside down on the porch. Looking at weather and praying for rain only goes so far, wishing for water. Driving around, all I see are dry creek beds and sandy arroyos. After a while, it even looks like the norm, the way it always is, but somewhere back in my mind, there's a memory. It starts with a dark sky, thick, blanketing clouds covering from horizon to horizon. Falling drops of water begin to pitter-patter across the dusty ground. The rain is light at first, and then thickens, cutting the view out the front kitchen windows to just barely across the street. And with the rain comes a tingle, a feeling that hasn't presented itself in months. Excitement starts to build as the drain gutters in the street swell. Anticipation floods over and the mad dash to pull together a group begins. Gear flies across the room as boats are wrestled onto the roof of the truck. One by one, cars appear in the driveway, and a plan is conceived. It begins with a drive at Mach speed from the sandy desert suburb to the forested canyon-laden Colorado Plateau. A short hike with boats and gear down into the canyon that is Christopher Creek follows, and then things slow down. The river is muddy brown, foam mixing with sticks and twigs, polishing the quartzite as it crashes and tumbles down its course to the desert floor. It's mellow, if you can call waterfalls and slot canyons mellow. Adrenaline rises slowly, unnoticeable at first, but growing, swelling as the drops get larger and more technical. The climax reveals itself with 40 feet of vertically cascading water. There's no turning back. The sun is well gone now, and the shadowed river canyon acts like a refrigerator, numbing fingers and chilling everything. It's not over yet. The hike out of the canyon is much more grueling than the paddling itself. A quarter mile of distance coupled with 1,000 feet of elevation gain strains my legs. Shoulders ache with each step, lugging the 40-pound boat up and into the late afternoon sun. We each make our own way up, keeping our grunting and pains to ourselves, until we're back on the mostly flat, even ground. The truck parked at the end of the road is a welcome sight as we drop boats onto the gravel and begin to peel back the layers of Gore-Tex and neoprene. Keys are retrieved from their hiding place under a rock, and the cold, wet paddlers retreat into warm, dry clothes. The back of the truck is piled high with dripping life vests and spray skirts as beer is passed around, the satisfying release of pressure as the cans are cracked open. Muscles start to tighten, and a bottle of ibuprofen is passed around almost as liberally as the beer. We all laugh and review the day's happenings in our minds on the drive back to the sandy desert floor. The sun is well below the horizon as we pull into the driveway. The yard is a mess of boats, paddles, and gear that have been left behind in the mad rush to get on the water. One by one, the other members of our group make their way back to town, once again to dream of water.